You already know what it is. Big Rule, that boy Noah O. This Atlanta Dirty South, Virginia Connecto. This is the story of TRILLipino. Whether Spanish-speaking Asian or Afro-American, from the Bay or Dirty South, you can feel the disparagement of the pressure from the thumb of the racist authority that sees us, rather deems us as a racial minority. Feeling like they want us in the criminal element. These truths we don't need to prove because they're self-evident. When it comes to this country, they see us as irrelevant. The rights and privileges they enjoy, they feel for us they were never meant. To be enjoyed, to be employed with upward mobility. They see themselves as having some kind of royal nobility in the blood, while they see us as nothing but mud. And they see our immigration like the threat of a flood. When all we want is the chance to gain a hold in life, provide a future of security for our kids and wife, parents and grandparents. And the only thing we ask is what honor demands. For this we must stand, or surely we'll fall. When righteousness screams freedom, we must answer the call. So let's get charged up and keep our eyes on the prize, and not allow them to shroud us in darkness as guides. Let's embark on the journey, all people together, with truly righteous form, brave the stormiest weather. Because forever we're tethered and can never be severed. As human beings, we're meant to know the taste of freedom forever. Welcome to TRILLipino.
From the West Coast, Southern California, letting you know that I've been seeing you making your grind, making your mark. You know, you're pretty much like part of the new generation of Filipinos that's repping within hip-hop culture, and that's dope, man. You know, I'm very lucky to able to witness hip-hop coming to the West Coast in the early 80s and stuff, and a lot of people probably don't even know that Asians, especially Filipinos, have been very active in the hip-hop culture in the West Coast. You know, the inside joke is Filipinos are the Puerto Ricans of the West Coast. The only way us as Filipinos are gonna survive, flourish, and be strong is support one another. We gotta break the generational and cultural gap. We gotta take the best of what we've learned from our parents and apply it and able to adapt to what's going on. You know, our parents came here to give us a better life, so we gotta represent the best way we can. Take care, brother. Keep rocking. Salute, 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 salute.
This shit been like, I don't know, this probably been my most difficult rollout or just process in years. But also the fact too, there's like the pandemic, you feel me? Like, open the store, the pandemic, open the store, and personal shit I got going on. You feel me? It feels like, damn, bro.
I didn't do this already?
I think you did a long time ago.
A long time ago?
Yeah, but I thought I was gonna put the project out. So you might got it in there.
No. It's probably from a minute ago.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, cause it was like one of the first jumps I did, you know what I mean?
You re-recorded it?
Nah, it's the same. Maybe the beat got like different drops in it or something, you know what I mean?
I don't need no yes mans in my face. I don't need nobody hands in my cake.
Dude is in
I
San
don't need a
Francisco.
handout cause it's straight.
I'm gonna go out
We can
there,
separate the real
shoot
from
some
the
real
fake.
hyphy Bay Area living shit, cars spinning.
Wouldn't give it up, so we had to take. Yeah, had to work fast, couldn't hesitate. And wait, watch me elevate.
Like, bro, I had a conversation with a Filipino dude out west that, like, on the streetwear brand. He was like, you know, it's almost like cats don't rep it if they are, because, like, cats have been taught to assimilate, you know what I'm saying? Or almost not be proud of your culture. It's different. Like, me being raised in Richmond around majority black folks, where it helped me find my voice. You get what I'm saying? Like, seeing the way and being involved in hip hop, how cats be able to articulate their experiences or the history of certain things. Like, that helped me find my voice. And as a rapper, even being able to speak on certain shit. It's like a very layered, nuanced thing, bro. Like, And that's why I've been like fighting so hard to want to put this out.
I mean, you know, it makes
Like,
a lot of
I had a
sense.
Filipino cat, like, you know,
Like, you're definitely speaking for a demographic that's not spoken.
Yeah, and
for...
don't even know how to speak, and then they won't do it. Some won't do it, especially from Cali, where you got hella Filipinos like, nah, that's corny, or that's fob. They call it fob shit. That's fob shit. Like,
what's that?
Fob means fresh off the boat. Like,
oh shit.
You know what I mean? Like, that's hella fobby. Like, it ain't like. You know, like in New York, it's hella Puerto Ricans, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Puerto Ricans don't gotta run around and say, yo, I'm a Puerto Rican, but you put on the full costume for Puerto Rican Day. You feel me? Like, you put on the flag and to let people know. But before it was a big pun or anything like that, somebody had to like do that, had to make it known, like, nah bro, this is what the fuck we are and we here. You get what I'm saying? To where now cats don't gotta do it. It's just like, it's known. It's part of the culture, whereas nobody did that yet. You feel me? Like the Filipinos.
I don't know why at the time white people ordered white cops and stuff like that. They could just hurt black people, but they wouldn't hurt a dog or a puppy or a baby cat or random cat or something like that. But they can hurt black babies and everything, and it's not fair.
I learned to trust the vibes. Woke up to bad news for like the 100th time. How raging the injustice on my timeline. Teaching my sons all I've encountered in my lifetime. I made a promise to my poplings I write rhymes. I'd always fight for though they silence with they sights blind. You had it hard and know me too, now young and get in line. Cause they don't care about complaints, they just gon' get your grind. They gon' say they seen you come up when you shit and shine. Turn atheists into believers like Christ with the wine. I'm awfully nice with mine. Remember nights we cried. Fantasizing about success, my dreams kept me alive. I ignored my unbelief and held on to my pride. I left some people in the past that allowed me to climb. I see the smiles are color sweet, but you salty inside. They know I get it, then we get it, we all gonna be fine.
Who can decide the value of life? Babies are dying and asking us why. We trying to live, we not scared to die, yeah. Living our dreams, just trying to get by. You walk if you want, but me, I'm gonna fly. This world can be yours, you just gotta try. Don't care about the odds, I'm coming for mine. You can bet it on me, the one to rely on. Words
my life is simple, uncomplicated. I don't take part in idle conversation. All that drama, all that tea and all that contemplation about the next main business. What's your occupation? Life so empty, making time, but all that envy, hatred. In the end, it's just gonna leave you with energy wasted. I put that money on myself, boy, I bet I'm gonna make it. And do it bigger than been done, so they never mistake it. My first logo with pyramid forever, it stands. A testament to original man. My city had monuments for those who had planned to keep you shackled if your skin much darker than tan. You wanna rhyme and gotta put your whole ass on the gram. I see my life, I mapped it out like the back of my hand. I wanted more than hand to mouth, hand in hand with the grams. I freed myself when I got focused on stacking these grands. Word up.
Who can decide when a man is free? Not built for this life of captivity. Gon' fight for what's mine to the death of me. Y'all lie, cheat, and steal off of jealousy. That's crazy. Yeah, they tell me everything's perception, and I really only know my own. But I live with empathy and know that I am not alone. See, the thing about humanity, y'all fighting for a throne. Everybody wanna be on top, don't wanna be unknown. Everybody claiming that they real, yet scared to be alone. When you're fighting with your demons, do you stay or do you roam? Be selective with distractions, that's the type of shit I'm on. It's a time to put in work, I'm staying focused in the zone.
Every time I was, in Richmond or in this realm of hip hop, especially growing up in the South and the East Coast, I may have been the first interaction that somebody had with the Filipino or even the Asian American. You had producers, or even there's like Filipinos from Virginia Beach, but maybe they had a different upbringing than me. So I seen people like Chad from the Neptunes. That was another thing that made me realize this was possible, was seeing the success that the Neptunes had, and he's Filipino. But over time, I just began to process also that I'm helping to break down barriers. I'm becoming a pioneer due to the moves that I'm making. And with that, just came a different sense of confidence or a sense of purpose in what I'm doing. As I'm making moves, as I'm getting on certain platforms, as I'm releasing albums or clothing, like I'm helping to establish on a bigger level or tell a deeper story that Filipinos are here and we have something to contribute to the culture of hip hop. And it's part of America. Different immigrant groups come over and maybe their stories haven't been told. So that's really became like my focus, especially for this album, was to put some context around who I am and what not only I've been through, my family has been through specifically, but just be a voice for people who may not have had the opportunity yet to voice their story.
Dang. Full circle. It's a lot I never got to tell you. Man. It's a lot of things I'm still processing. Yo. Your legacy I inherit. They say our father's a spirit, so it makes sense as I grow wiser that I match your appearance. Used to tell me visualize like I was actually near it. Wish I could travel to your youth, take your trauma and heal it. Watch this cancer wreck your body. We lost mommy, the feeling of trying to navigate this world. I almost crashed cause my steering was impaired from all that vodka. Wrapped my charger, $1 million could never buy me time from all your guidance I needed. It's your weakness when you show it. My emotion was grieving. I left the room, that's when your soul went and cracked through the ceiling. Though I may laugh, it's a mask, life is tragic, revealing. All this pain I bottle up with all erupt when I'm spilling. You did your best to be a father with no father in sight. And all the lessons that you taught that help with father in mind. With every step with them invest so they go farther in time. Wanted to cry but put it all in this rhyme.
What goes up, it must come down. What goes around, it comes back around. Even if it hurts, I won't let you down. Cause love is full circle and unconditional.
I seen Weezy on that magazine cover holding his daughter proud. I started thinking about y'all and if I'm not around, will you remember sacrifices I made? I overcame and still were present when my life at your age. Children being used as weapons, it's a price to be paid. From school to work, got my little check and they were slicing my wage. Baby mamas, bitter exes, only heighten my rage. Numbing the pain with drinking smoke, with spitting ice on a sprain. Only release was in these words, I ain't think twice about fame. For looting clout, I seen some people do some trifling things. You got a target, breathe and shoot. When a rifle gets aimed, it ain't for show, you better blow and take a slice of their brain. That's a figure of speech, and each situation still applies. No blurry lines in love or war, you gotta pick a side. I'm transparent, trying to show you how I feel inside. If I should die, then in these words, you know I'm still alive. You get there late, then just be thankful that you still arrive. It won't be easy, but I guarantee we will survive. You get there late, then just be thankful that you still arrive. It won't be easy, but I guarantee you will survive.
What goes up, it must come down. What goes around, it comes back around. Even when it hurts, I won't let you down. This love is full circle and unconditional. What goes up, it must come down. What goes around comes back around. Even if it hurts, I won't let you down. This love is full circle, unconditional.
What makes me, approach hip hop, so seriously or work so hard, it's because I feel that weight sometimes that I'm only here because somebody came before me who risked everything they had and left everything that they knew of their life. They left their homes and their countries so that their kids could have a better opportunity. And their kids, which would be me. My grandparents came here from the Philippines on my mom's side. My grandfather was 16 or 17 when he came here, and he worked in the fields picking fruit in California. And then he left his country behind, but then during World War II, the Philippines was attempting to be taken over by Japan. So he joined the US Army, went back to the Philippines, And then that's where he met my grandmother, who was like fresh out of high school. And then he, married her, or they got together and got married and came back to America. And that's how my family ended up in California, because they were straight from the Philippines. I think it's a story, the things that I'm talking about in the music are just like, even if you aren't Filipino or maybe come from a similar background, I think people will be able to relate, because a lot of the subject matter is about, trying to progress, trying to overcome adversity, and just make the best of the situation, whatever it is in life, and to push forward, staying charged up to push forward, to accomplish your dreams, to manifest what you really want into your reality. That's really, what the story is overall of the album. It's just overcoming your circumstances, making the best of it, and just, through it all, doing it with a sense of grace or dignity.
It was 5 of us in our home, 2-bedroom townhouse. Parents trying to work it out, took turns sharing the couch. Mama had a tip jar, she ain't have an account. Shopping at thrift stores, but taught me I couldn't mount. Further than the city limits, in this large generation, sliding slick in the wicked. I ain't trying to kick it good as a loner. Hey, fuck your record deal, cause I've been an owner. I'm bending corners, cleaner than ammonia. Represent Virginia, I was born in California. A 12-year-old with Samoans who was loking. Challenging childhood, I was built up by the broken. Jones and Eddie mama went into that corner store. My hero failed and I realized I was chose for more. Hey, fuck holding back, I gotta go for broke. I put it all on the line and I ain't never choked.
Favor, thank you for giving me favor. I don't know where. Thank you.
Temporary setback, success is my only vengeance. I'm seasoned but never salty. Whenever I'm never mentioned, held my own among legends, helped propel up my section, made my home in this hell when it seemed no heaven was present. Traded one glass ceiling for another basement. Don't know what drives me, they just want an hour car adjacent. Among the stars like they brought me from the constellations. Trauma turn an armor, you look flawless once your scars are faded. My people was in bondage, but I dodged matrix. I'm carving out a lane, I need some larger acreage. I seen the light though I was brought up in the darkest places. Celebrated life, I'm getting faded at the Palms in Vegas. My story is non-fiction through strong friction. Don't run my mouth, I run marathons, I'm not long-winded. Beyond gifted, this ain't talent, there's a vast difference. I fought resistance to sprint, traveled a long distance. Could have been caught in the long arm of the law pitching. I shed tears in mom's kitchen with my palms itching. I progressed when I started working and stopped wishing. They clocking out, I stay focused and now it's all clicking.
Favor, thank you for giving me favor. At times I just found favor, giving up. Oh, favor. Thank you for favor.
Honestly, like this album, it's forced me to come to peace with a lot of things about my parents, and it forced me to ask questions. Filipinos and a lot of Asians, but really Filipinos, I can only speak for my family. There's a lot of painful things that people don't talk about, a lot of things that need to be unpacked, like family-wise. So that's really probably the biggest difference with this album is, for those who care to know, for those who may listen to it, is, you know, me telling about my life, really like opening up things I seen in my childhood, things that my mom and dad experienced, and really to tell that story. Like, how did this Filipino kid go from this environment, which is very diverse, and come to a place, Richmond, Virginia, which, you know, when it comes to things like race and coming to peace, or having some, like, exercising these demons, exercising these historical things that represent a lot of pain and a lot of unhealed things about America. You know, that's really part of what the story is too. Me trying to make sense of it as a kid, coming from a place that's super diverse, and then coming to a place that was super closed-minded. Because it's just, at that time, especially Richmond and Virginia, wasn't this progressive place, or wasn't a forward-thinking place. It's a place very stuck in its ways, very comfortable and afraid to change. But now we in 2022, we're at the cusp of a lot of change, especially over the last 2 years. A lot of things are trying to be undone or move forward from. And as my career has evolved, and especially in Richmond and what I've done musically, I'm part of that story. You know, this is me coming into my own as a man, and realizing I'm part of that story, realizing that my contributions have helped raise the bar and push the needle forward, especially when it comes to Virginia and hip hop. But a large part of that is, you know, intertwined with who I am culturally and racially, and really helping give perspective on, you know, why, you know what I mean? Why I am the way I am, how it came to be, you know, and hopefully once people can see and process that, how and why I came to be and what I represent, they'll get a clear picture of, you know, what direction I'm headed as my career moves forward.
My dad was Isaac Agila, came from the Philippines on his own when he was 17 years old, more or less like, you know, to find his own way. The United States was where he thought he would get his best opportunity. He worked in the field, picked fruit or whatever. He was a prize fighter, you know. He fought up and down Northern California. He served in the United States Army during the war, and that's where he met my mother, Christina Agila.
In this world of shades of gray, it's not just black and white. I'm feeling like I had to fight for more than half my life. A man don't know where start, quickly meet his end. Hey, follow me, this where my story begins. Look, this where my story begins. This where my story begins. A man don't know where start, quickly meet his end. Hey, follow me, this where